My name is Thorsten Overgaard. I'm a Danish photographer. I travel the world taking photographs and teaching photography. Today I'm in Sydney and I'm going to talk about a little trick that is to use a Leica SL3 in manual mode with M lenses. Before I get into it, below the video there is free downloads. Today I have a free ebook on some of the iconic photographs and the photographers who took them and how they did it, and I also tell about how I photograph and why I photograph. That's also for free today. Leica, Lightroom and Capture One presets and styles, and then I threw in also a new book I did, a new ebook that is called What is Sharpness in Photography. Very simple, very interesting, and it will surprise you. All of it you can download below the video. Just put in your email and the code and you have it in a few minutes. So here I am in a park in Sydney, which is actually really busy. It is just about 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, and that's for a reason, because what I want to show is how you can use the SL3. So one thing, Leica SL3 is 60 megapixels, and I usually fit M lenses on it. And the sensor on the Leica SL3 actually does really well with M lenses, particularly if you take the 35 ARPO, the 50 ARPO and so on, and you look at the files, the amount of details you have is just amazing. But one thing you can do with the SL3 is you can put it on manual here, you press in the button, you go manually, and now you have an ISO dial up here, and you have the aperture here on the lens, and then you have the shutter speed here, and you have the preview. So that means that now I can go down in ISO here, because it's actually a lot of light here for the Nox looks. But now I can focus here, and then I can say I want more depth of field. Then I can increase the speed here, or lower the speed, that's too slow. Then I can go here and say I'm going to change the ISO, and I can press and set the focus again here, and then I can take pictures like this. So this makes it really great to use, for example, event photography, wedding photography, or anything where you have a lot of stuff moving. And for example, I would do some event photography where a lot of it I would shoot 0.95, but there's also some things where I need more sharpness, so I have to change to 5.6 of f8, and I can see the preview in the camera what I'm doing. So I can go, for example, here. I have some plants over here. First I focus on them, and then I say I'm going to change my aperture to this, and something like this, and maybe I want to do this. And that's going to be the photo now. And that's the whole trick with this, that you have the flexibility. And you can say you don't have on the Leica SL2, you don't have the ISO dial here. You do have the aperture, manual aperture here when you put on an M lens. And you can also change the speed here, but you need the ISO also, especially if you do event photography in the evenings. I'm just to do one the other way here. So here I set my ISO to 100 here. And then I wait for somebody here to run into it. There we go. And then I have the photo. This is very simple, and it's a great little trick that you can't really do it in the same fashion. For example, like M, you can put on the VF and do a similar thing, but this is very smooth. And the interesting thing with the ISO dial on the SL3 is that it rarely moves by itself, by touch, but when you turn it around, it actually does move. So that's a very good balance, because as you could say, often you have a wheel, and every time you take up the camera, the wheel changed, but that doesn't really happen on the SL3. And of course it will have some other features that you can have, like you can tilt out the screen here, and then you can use that to focus. And also the thing when you press in the button here, you zoom in so you can focus more precisely. That was basically everything I had to tell you today. A little trick on the Leica SL3, and of course to also show you the Opera House. Is not every day you can have that in the background. That's all I had to say. Thank you for watching, and remember, till next time I see you, to always wear a camera. That's a wrap.